Hi, and welcome to More Human, More Resources, the HR podcast for entrepreneurs. I'm Vicki Brown, your host and CEO of Vidamaneo Enterprises. As a serial entrepreneur, I understand that having the right expert help has been critical to my success. That's why I'm dedicated to telling you, in plain language, what's going on in the world of HR that might impact your business and what you need to do about it, with real actionable tips to help you master that list of must-dos and grow your leadership muscle. First things first, the information contained in this podcast is provided for general purposes only and is not to be considered legal advice. Your decision to adopt or not adopt any practice or procedure mentioned in this podcast is solely yours, and we bear no responsibility for the outcome. We urge you to always consult legal counsel and other appropriate licensed professionals. And with that, let's get into the show. You're listening to Season 5, Episode 6. You know, we talk about stressful situations all the time. What to do when they come up, how to handle them, the best way to respond. And sure, we all know they're going to happen. That's just part of being in business. But you know, as leaders, we have to be really thoughtful about how we respond, because our response doesn't just impact us. It impacts our whole team. Think about it. When you're the leader, everyone is watching you. And I don't mean that in a creepy way. I mean, your team looks to you to understand how they should respond. If you fall apart, they'll fall apart. If you stay steady, they'll stay steady. So your ability to maintain your composure under extreme stress isn't just about you feeling better. It's about keeping your whole team functioning. Of course, I don't have all the answers, but I do have a few tips that can help you in stressful situations. I know because they've really helped me. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is emotional agility, because let's face it, your initial emotional response probably isn't going to be your best response. That's why you need to develop the ability to pause before you react. And I know what you're saying to yourself, easier said than done, right? Well, yes and no. The key is to have tools ready before you need them. One quick technique I use is called box breathing. You inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds. Do that a few times and you'll be amazed at how much clearer your head feels. And the best part? No one even needs to know you're doing it. You can do it right in the middle of a crisis meeting, and it helps you stay focused and composed. But beyond just managing your immediate response, you also need other ways to process what's happening. Maybe it's mindfulness practice. Maybe it's journaling. The specific tool doesn't matter as much as having something that works for you matters. Because when you can process your emotions effectively, you just make better decisions, period. You know, first-time leaders, and even well-seasoned leaders, can have this idea that you have to handle everything yourself. Well, you don't. In fact, you shouldn't. Now, I know you know this, but when stress is staring us in the face, well, sometimes we forget. The strongest leaders know when and how to lean on their support system. So do you have trusted advisors? How about mentors? Even members of your team who have specific expertise. Use them, talk to them, get their perspective. Because here's the reality. You might be the leader, but you're not alone. And sometimes the simple act of sharing your concerns with someone else can help you see solutions you didn't notice before. I just did this recently with a member of my leadership team, and her thought process and counsel was so helpful. She had suggestions I hadn't even thought of, and it was massively valuable to just talk through the situation with her. And in some situations, maybe delegation is the answer. When everything feels like it's falling apart, your instinct might be to grab tighter control. Don't. Instead, empower your team. Trust them with responsibilities. Not only does it reduce your load, but it often leads to better solutions than you would have come up with on your own. Take a moment right now and identify your go-to person or group. Who can you talk to when things get tough? Who gives you honest feedback and helps you think through problems? If you don't have that person or group yet, making those connections needs to be your priority. And speaking of priorities, let's talk about perspective. Whatever crisis you're facing right now, it's a moment. It's not forever. I know it might feel overwhelming, but remember, you've overcome challenges before. Just think about some of your past obstacles. They seemed huge at the time, right? But now, looking back, they probably feel a lot more manageable. Here's something practical you can do. Write down your worst case scenario. Really spell it out. Then write down your plan to handle it. You see, most of the time, you'll find that it's not as catastrophic as your stress is making it seem. And even if it is serious, having a plan helps you feel more in control. And by the way, make gratitude a daily habit too. When you're stressed, your brain naturally focuses on the negative. Balance that out by actively noting the positive things happening in your business and with your team. A lot of what you see has to do with the glasses you're looking through versus the actual scene in front of you. And above all else, you have to protect your energy. Now, I know this may sound woo-woo, but you as leader having the right type and amount of energy is absolutely vital. Your physical and mental health isn't separate from your leadership. It's fundamental to it. You need sleep. You need good nutrition. You need exercise. And you need mental fortitude. These aren't luxuries that you can put off until the crisis is over. They're tools that help you handle any crisis better. So be sure to set clear boundaries, schedule breaks throughout your day, even short ones. Define when you're off work and stick to it. Because here's the thing, working yourself into exhaustion doesn't make you a better leader. It makes you a tired leader who makes worse decisions. Self-care isn't selfish. It's a leadership tool. When you're at your best, you make better choices. You communicate more clearly. You inspire more confidence in your team. And ultimately, that's what helps you and your business get through tough times. Leading through crisis isn't about never feeling stressed or overwhelmed. It's about having the tools and mindset to handle those feelings effectively. Because at the end of the day, your team needs you to be steady, clear-headed, and ready to guide them through whatever challenges come your way. If you found this information helpful, please leave a review and tell a friend. Thanks for spending the time. Until next week, same time, same place.